There we go. So, as you can see, there's not much left of the ship that I've been grinding on this side. It's just slowly been whittling away. Uh, I got some large chunks of thrusters out of here. Now, I was watching some series yesterday, and I was working on the ship, grinding up the stuff a little bit, making some room. And then I, you know, absent-mindedly installed these thrusters here. It was not that difficult because I removed them from this ship in a strip. So like here. These are still all three attached to each other. And it was actually installing a lot easier than installing them one by one. Now, what I've left over here is just a few batteries, a few ion thrusters, the big ion thruster, and some gyroscopes, 2 of these hydrogen tanks, and of course the jump drive and 6 nuclear reactors. Now, I was thinking to myself, I'm getting to the last parts of getting the ship in order, getting the last important materials. I'm already thinking about, like, I have more hydrogen tanks than I want to install. So I'm probably gonna make a little bit of a refueling station on this planet. But then I thought to myself, I still have one ship chunk that I never gotten here, which is my starter ship. So this episode I'm going to try to get my Atlas to get all the way over to the other side. That's on the other side of this mountain we see over here. Yes, over there. And we're gonna try to get the starter ship. Let's see, which one is this? Okay. Did we get anything good? Let's just go for the plushie. It's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some items. We're gonna grab enough materials for a drill. And then we're gonna see if we can get our starter ship over here. Now, I don't remember that much about the components that are in the starter ship because it's that long ago. But I just hope that my Atlas has enough juice in it to get there and get back, because I have had some charging issues with that thing. It's kind of annoying. The Atlas should have all the components necessary. Do I need to bring anything with me? No, there should be battery power in there, I hope. Let's just try it. Let's save it before, though, in case something goes wrong with the Atlas. I don't want to lose the Atlas. Here we go. Because last time I got here, they were only half filled, all the batteries. And I don't know about the hydrogen that's in it. Okay, let's check. Yeah, they're still half full only. Fully recharged in 1 day. They're currently at 1.93. So they're like 66% full, pretty much. We still have to move that one over as well. We moved last time we moved the large cargo containers over. I might just keep this as is. Don't know what I'm gonna do with the refineries. I might grind them up later for the computers and the steel plates. It's 1,200 steel plates in one of these refineries, so that's worth. We might bring the assemblers as well, just to install them as backup. Otherwise, we're gonna grind them up because they have 160 computers per. For the time being, let's check how much hydrogen is in this thing. Oh yeah, automatic doors. Automatic LCDs. I don't know what all these automatic LCDs are, but they look interesting, so I might do that later. Yeah, that looks interesting. Alright, so it says here 53% hydrogen, but since I'm still connected to the ship, it might be that that's currently also it. Also, I left these engines on the whole time. No wonder they were never full. Okay, I have 71% charge in these. Okay, those are on. Those are on. Alright, let's go. 71% hydrogen. And we have an hour of movements. So we have just 1 hour to do all this. What I'm gonna try to do is when I get over to my base ship, I should turn off my anti-thrusters, just so we can fly longer. Let's aim towards getting over the mountain. I think that's actually the gun that I was talking about before. So let's fly a little bit higher, just so we can get over if it's gonna fire at us. Yeah, I think that little thing you see down there, I think that will fire at us if we fly too low. Or was it that one? I'm uncertain. One of them was going to fire at me at least. Alright, let's just let this fly over. What else that I wanted to switch up? The GPS coordinates for base ship. There we go. Let's show and HUD. I might still get this one. Alright, let's get to this base ship. Oh, there's still that broken car up there. I think over there to the right, not the one we see right there, but the one behind it there, is the place where we have the big antenna that I want to install in the ship later on. Yeah, don't know what that is. It might just be a small little thing, but this is one of the first things that I took apart. Alright, let's fly a little bit more downwards, because otherwise we're going to fly up too high. Let's boost a little bit, just to make sure we're at full speed. Yeah, that one over there is, I believe, the one with the large antenna. It also has a one singular big battery, but we do not care about that one battery. We have a location where we can bring a whole bunch of batteries with us. Okay. That thing was not there the last time I was here. That's a lot of buildings together. I think they're mostly scrap though. Alright, here we are, base ship. Long time no see, base ship. Alright, let's start counter burning. We have to go down as well. So it's gonna take a while before we're finally at the ground. Alright, let's... do a little switcheroo. Hello there. Okay, let's install a merge block somewhere and see if we can attach these two ships, and then I'll put the batteries of the Atlas to charge. It's been a whole while since I've been here last time. Okay, guess we're gonna attach it here. Let's repair this, fix this block, and install a merge block. Okay, let's get some components. Okay, let's attach this to this. Well, there's another hydrogen tank, that's for sure. And there's the scrap beacon that I've never used because I never activated cleanup. Okay, let's install this. Let's see. Block is in the middle. Yeah, let's install it like this. Let's turn it back on. Okay, forwards. There we go. And that's attached. Okay, let's put our batteries to charge, just to see how much we can at least get them charged up again. And turn all the engines off. And let's hope our batteries get charged at least a little bit. We're just gonna see if we can drain the batteries from the base ship. Sure, let's go for that. How much do we have? Okay, more than enough. Oh, it's the one with the sparkly bits. I think this one doesn't fly away. But in case. Okay. Nothing. And only some magnesium motors. This would have been lovely to have at the start of the game. But now that we're so far and we can build our own motors, it's a bit useless. There we go. This takeover took so long in the start. Let's see what components we can get from this that are actually useful. Because if it's just hydrogen thrusters and a hydrogen tank, then it's maybe not that worth it. Okay, let's look around. There's a whole lot of guns at the front. This was clearly an attack ship of some sorts. It looks like it was a spacefaring one. Alright, do we have anything interesting on the inside? I'm unsure if this one is really worth it. Oh! Okay, it's worth it. There's a speed module. It's an assembler here. And some more speed modules. And some more speed modules. Alright, this is worth it. This is very, very worth it. It has 5 speed modules. That way we can get 3 assemblers, 2 of which have 4. Oh, and it has also a jump drive. Yep, this is worth it. Alright. So. We are going to see if we can detach this ship. And it seems like this would be very easy, because I think we only have to grind away some parts and then we should be fine. I just have to be careful not to grind too fast, because otherwise we're gonna blow everything up. So just grind some stuff away. Is that a battery to see over there? I don't really need the windmills. Yeah, this is the medium cargos. Alright, so let's check. Are the batteries recharging? Fully recharged in 48 minutes. Alright, sure. Are the thrusters still connected to the conveyor grid? I don't think so. Do I need all these hydrogen thrusters? Well, if they move... If these thrusters move, that would be very good. Let's just install this like this. I'm unsure if these blocks are in or out of the ground. Hello.
Inventory full.
Well, these blocks here in the back are at least loose. So what we're gonna do is just remove as many of the the armor pieces as we can. All these hydrogen thrusters are maybe useful. Yeah, if I can get them to work and there's still some hydrogen in the tank, then we could just fly with these. I just have to find out if this is detached soon. Ah, see, there's one block that makes this attached.
Inventory full.
It fell through the ground. Alright.
Inventory full.
Alright, let's at least see if we can hook up the parts to it. If this is attached to here, then it should be attached to all these hydrogen thrusters, I think. So if we can just get this installed... I think there was a hydrogen tank here, so if we can just pretend like it's there by installing some connectors. Okay, we need some interior plates. There we go. It's a good thing about having the Atlas filled up with quite a lot of resources. If we can just get this thing off the ground, that would be lovely. Of course, because I built a T section instead of a straight. Okay. There we go. Now the question is, if I turn one of these on... Doesn't look like it. Okay, what do I need as well to activate this? Because this is attached to an O2H2. All these massive guns up here. Is that how the thrusters are connected? With guns? Damn, the person who made this was not wanting this thing to survive long in a fight. If this thing got hit on the front, the thrusts would already be damaged in such a way that it would be difficult to fly upwards again. If it was only getting hit there, this would already be a problem. There's only a light armor piece between the guns and the hydrogen tanks that are right behind the cockpit. Who made this freaking vehicle? Okay, I'm not sure if this is the last piece already, so I'm just gonna... Well, there it went. Just grind it away. Oh, why is the music so in your face? Okay, this one. Yeah, that one was attached.
Energy low.
I wonder if this is really it. Like, if I just remove these last few blocks, this ship would already be free. And to be fair, I could have just cut off this back part and just fly away with this. But I like a challenge. This is probably going to be the last large ship chunk that I'm going to move before the ship is flying ready. Okay, so there's seemingly a connection there. Okay, when I turn these on... No? Nothing? What about that one? Okay, so there is a connection somewhere. And maybe it's this one? Oh, there's another H2 tank. What? How does this work? I mean, this one should turn on then. Yeah. So this is connected, but this isn't? What? Who made this?
Inventory full.
Who thought this was a good design? That's coming from me. I'm already not good at making ships. Like, this is placed so weirdly that even though it's intact, it still has an issue trying to fly. This one is on. This one's on. Okay, so most of these are on. Why is this one not turning on then? That is so weird. How is it? Oh, it's... It should be connected through the guns. And this should then be connected to there. This is insane. Okay, let's just see if we have most of them. Okay. What's happening over here? Why are these not turned on? Did I remove one of these? I don't get it. But as long as we can get most of them to work, I don't think this ship will be that heavy to move. We just have to find out if we can fly this thing, if it's free from the ice. We have to find every block that's like peering into the ground. Because I think these blocks over here are fully disconnected from the ground. Okay, let's look around this last part and we should be free. And then we can fly it, hopefully. I'm not sure how we're gonna turn all of them on. Are we gonna turn them on individually, or we're just gonna turn on all hydrogen thrusters? That might be the easiest solution. I think we got most of the blocks, really. I'm just gonna try to turn it on real quick. Let's see if it's indeed already done. Okay, let's try this. Let's turn the Atlas on. Turn on all hydrogen thrusters that are connected to the grid. So, let's just turn on all the thrusters. Activate these, activate that. Then we're gonna go into the K menu, activate all the hydrogen. Everything turns on. Alright, that's a lot of thrusters that did turn on. Okay. So if I disconnect the ship, I should immediately see that by all the thrusters downwards activating. Now, if everything went well and this is the last block, then it should be free floating. It is done. Well, come on, base ship. Let's try to get you to your new home. I never gave you a name. And you're probably never gonna get one. Here we go. We have 2 hours worth of flights. Well, here we go. Let's see if we can clear this mountain. We have some backwards facing thrusters that are on the bottom side, so that's gonna cost me a little bit more hydrogen than I wanted. That spawn over there would have been so lovely to have in the start of the game. But sadly we didn't get so lucky. There's like a large grid storage container, like the small storage container in one of those. And I believe if you're lucky that one spawns with all the metal grids intact. That's lovely to have at the start of the game. But yeah, we weren't so lucky. Yeah. At least we will have our base ship now. Now, I believe we were gonna call it the Pulsar, so let's just rename the big broken ship now to Pulsar. Let's call it by its full name then. I didn't press the correct button. Oh, I installed it at the base ship. That's not what I wanted to do, but sure. There we go. The Nev Pulsar. So, well, we'll have at least more than enough jump drives, that's for sure. Don't know what we're gonna do with all of that. We're probably gonna install at least 2 or 3 of them. Then we have another ship to grind down. I have something to do in my downtime again. I think that's the turret. One with the flashlight down there. Well, let's just hope it doesn't shoot at us. Well, it didn't shoot at us at the start of this adventure, so I think it will be safe now as well. Alright, let's just start counter burning. It's gonna take a while before we're finally slowed down a bit. There's lots of rows we can install with or remove from the base ship. Let's see. I'm gonna drop it on the left side of the ship, just because my scrapyard is on that side. So I'm just gonna drop it somewhere here. Am I gonna drop it on just its thrusters? Am I gonna build a foot? A foot would be more safe to remove most of these. I might actually have a different solution to this. But let's just first put it down. I think I'm just gonna put it down here. Not put it on the rest of the junk. There we go. Alright, let's see how softly we can put this down. I'm gonna have to install some blocks on the other side. I don't trust I don't trust this to go well if I don't do this. I'm just gonna put it on some blocks. Get a few more. I don't know if these blocks will hold, but hopefully they will take the brunt of the force if I land. I'm already happy that I didn't have to dig out the ship. I could just put them down like this. Okay. I think one less. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Let's put it down. Like we're in a bad neighborhood and somebody stole my wheels. Okay, a little bit backwards. Okay, I think the front part is... No, not yet. That should be it. Okay, let's detach this. I really need a position where I can install the Atlas over here. But for now, we're just gonna move it back to our old base, and let's hope that it's gonna get refueled by the little bit of energy that's still over there. It's just the hydrogen over there is the issue. And let's do a flip. Come on, Atlas. I like the idea of the Atlas as well. That's the reason why I took over the name so quickly. Because it's just the thing that carries the world. And with us, it has to carry this entire fucking playthrough. That's not fully true. The hauler is doing its... is worth its weight in gold as well. The hauler has done quite a lot already. Okay, let's install this bad boy. Okay, a little bit back. Then we're a little bit crooked. Let's even that out. A little bit down. Alright, let's see how far we are removed. Oh, that's forwards. Should move. Okay, then we have to move a little bit more to the left. And then a little bit down. And that's done. Alright, let's turn our engines off. Let's put our batteries back to charging and let's fill that. Where is our connector? Connector is off. Okay. Let's see, will our batteries charge? Fully recharged in 1 hour. Okay, that's rather quick. Why does it go so quick now? Okay. Sure. So, let's activate this connector back up. Lock them. And just get a little bit of ice here. Will the O2H2 generators just pop on immediately? I think they're off, right? Yeah, they're off. That's 1,000 watts. No wonder this thing was screaming for energy. Yeah, now it's 3 days. Are they on? Just... Are they working? No, they're not even working. Alright, let me then just get some ice in there. Hopefully get some hydrogen filled up, and then we should be fine. Okay, let's turn this thing on. Oh, it was called ice. Okay, sure. Ice. What about now? Better. I can go for the own signal, but it's so far away. Okay, let me just turn this one back off. Sure. How much hydrogen do I have left? Okay, that's not enough. Okay, let's refuel then. Hydrogen tank 1 should be the one that I can refuel. Oh, that was a bit too quick. Now there is one location that I still want to check out. Because I believe there's a component in there that I really want for the base. Which is the broken tower with all the guns we've been to before. It has a lot of components in all the guns that is on it. A lot of computers that we might need later on. So I think we're going to do that at least as like a last grind before we're going to fly off. Just in case we need to repair our ship and we don't have any computers. And 2, I do believe there is a medical station or a medical room in there. And I'd rather have 2 medical rooms in my ship. So I can at least... I don't have to run through the entire ship. 95 computers. Alright, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the display. Thank you for these items. Thank you. Thank you. That is a broadcast controller. Don't care. I don't think I will need the broadcast controllers. Almost sounded like someone ate shit on their bicycle outside. Oh, we still have to remove the GPS coordinate for base ship, because that one is now finally gone as well. Hello, Atlas. Okay. Yeah, the power is doing its thing again. Alright, let me then turn this one off. Just too little power in this base. What if I turn this one off as well? Still too... This game doesn't make any sense. Hello, medical room. And that didn't kill me. Okay, let's get all my stuff. Thank you. Let's leave the tier 1 tools over here. It's not like that's the first time I've done that. Okay, let's put the components back in the ship. Now, I guess we're just having too little hydrogen in general. These are probably going to be like 7 days to recharge. Yeah, fully recharged in 2 days. Do these actually require power? Not really. Maybe it's because they're constantly running out of power. What if I just turn off one of these? Don't think that helps much. Oh, this one's still on? What about now? Nope. Still power issues. What about now? Nope. Still power issues. Minor overload. I mean, it does take away every single bit of power. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Is this one still on? No. All these hinges can go off. That's some power production that we can remove. I mean, I can remove them as well. At least a little bit of power left. What now? What else? Yeah, I don't know. Alright. So, we're just gonna let this chill out for a bit. And let's see, what time in the episode are we currently? 43 minutes. Alright. Let's go back to our little big ship. So, internally in the ship, I was thinking about moving the jump drives, at least one over here in this position here, and then have the other one in the same position but mirrored on the other side here. Now this looks a lot more precariously, but that's because I haven't made this flush yet, while on the other side I did. Oh, I died, so my lights are off. So on the other side it looks a little bit more robust. So I think it would be a safe area, at least for that jump drive to be. Then we're gonna close this off with some light, maybe even heavy armor, just to make sure that that is fully protected. But I think this here is just gonna be the location for one of the jump drives. So what I want to do at least... Oh, I forgot to turn off the hydrogen thrusters. And we still want the speed modules from this one as well. Hydrogen thruster. That's a lot of small tanks as well. We can do something fun with that. I just have to think about how we're going to install that. But I have some fun plans for that. So, I want at least one of the jump drives installed today. At least the one over there. I don't think we could install all 4 of them in the same manner. No, I don't think so. Oh my god, I'm flying into everything. So, I want it right in this square. I want it 2 up. Now, am I gonna do this one? This one is a little bit in the way. There's still a battery attached, but there's 2 batteries attached, but that should be it. Right, and on the other side, there's another one. Right here. This one's pretty free. Oh, this gyroscope got deattached. I could get this one with the hauler, pick up this gyroscope, and then... How heavy is this thing? 35,000 kilograms. How heavy was a refinery again? Because then I have at least something I can measure it with. So a refinery is 25,000 plus 4 times 2, so that's 35,000. 35,000 kilograms versus 35. Okay, so it's same as moving a refinery fully beaconed. Beaconed? Oh god, Factorio talk. That should be doable. Could you stop, gyroscope? I really need you intact. Alright, let's get the hauler. Let's move that gyroscope first. So, turn on this, turn on that, turn on this, and disconnect. Okay, let's get the gyroscope first. Oh yeah, forgot. My vehicle's a little bit fast and doesn't stop very quickly. Okay, let's grab it a little bit like this. I swear to God. I was too much invested into that one. Or... Okay. No. Let's fly correctly. Let's put it the rest of the gyroscopes. For the time being. We'll install them when we get the time for it. It's not the first gyroscope that I've broken to this part. The only problem is that it takes a lot of steel plates. Which we have a lot of, but yeah, I should be a little bit more careful. Oh wait, it's not even broken. I just broke a block on the base. I pressed the wrong button. That could have been disastrous. I pressed 9 instead of 5. Or, yeah, I pressed 9 instead of 1. I don't know why. But that made me deactivate all my atmospheric thrusters. You know, almost my entire lifting capacity. There's also the large reactor you can see there. I think that one's going to be very heavy to move. Alright, let's see if I can move this without issue. Okay. Well, that's safe, because I am unsure what's going to happen now. I've never moved to jump drive. So this is going to be a first. Let me first remove some of the blocks that are going to deattach the moment I do this. This should be fine. That should be fine. This is going to fall. I think these are going to fall as well. Yeah, it should be fine. Alright. Let's do this. Let's see how long this is going to take.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Well, this is annoying.
Full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, here we go.
Inventory full.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Fly a bit more upright. Fly a little bit more straight. Oh god, this thing is so heavy to turn. Okay. Yeah, this thing is heavy as hell. Alright, is there a top and a bottom to this thing? I don't think so. I think it's very uniform in the way it's built up. Mouse, please. Okay, let's put it down then and make it flat. Okay. That's one. Okay. Well, I just want to install one just to see how it looks like. In case it doesn't look good, I will remove it. There we go. Okay. There we go, finally. That's what I thought. So heavy. Just have to get past that first hurdle. That's why I made it a few layers. Okay, I think it's now past the tipping point. Yeah, it's past the tipping point. Now I just have to ease it down because I don't want to blow up this. I don't have any of the components to repair the 1,000 superconductors or 120 power cells. Oh,
Inventory full.
there we go. I wanted to do that. Luckily, I don't break this thing in one hit. I do have the gravity components, but the superconductor power cells, detector comms, and gravity comms I cannot build. So every time I have to use or I lose them when I'm moving one of these blocks, I just lost some components that I cannot get back. Okay, didn't get hurt. Is there a difference between this side and this side? Yes. Then which side do I want facing whichever way? I think I like this one the most. So I think I'm gonna... Yeah, this one looks just like a little face. But I will only see half of it. So I'd rather see the half of this one. Okay. So then how are we gonna install it? So when we're placing it down, we want the little face to go this way, so then I have to grab it at that side that I want it at. Okay. Okay, grab it by the place that I want it to see. Doesn't really matter, but I want to grab it as much in the middle as possible. Okay. Time for the hard part. Placing one of the most expensive items in the ship. Okay, let's line this up first. Okay, let's try to get this in. straighten out my ship. Should be very close already. We're just gonna put it down real quick. Done. That's the first part. Now, don't park too far away, hauler. Because now we have to attach it to the ship. I like walking over this thing, so I do want it as a floor. Now this design with the thick road that I made is pretty useless because I'm gonna walk through the ship. The only place where the vehicles are gonna be is these two locations and a location at the bottom. Then I'm gonna get to later. Because I want to install a vehicle bay. And we'll get to how I'm gonna make that later. Alright. I think the easiest solution is a merge block here and a merge block here. Probably don't have the components for that, no. Although I almost had them. Except some of the large steel tubes. Okay. Now, can I move it by hand? No. Now comes the tough part. Moving it in is one thing, but moving it into place is a second. I really, really have to be careful now. Oh my god, that went a lot faster than I thought. Whew, okay, so that is our first jump drive installed. Very happy with that one. Oh, let's park. There we go. Turn that off, turn that off. Start refilling. There we go. Because what I want to do in this location is basically, I want to walk up to here and then take the stairs up to one floor higher here. That will be flush with the hydrogen tanks we have over here. So you can walk past this, basically. We'll have a little bit of a platform here where we're going to place a lot of other items on. And I think we're nearing the point where we can start placing decorative blocks instead of just very functional blocks. But we first want to make sure that eventually this floor is flush. So in between this episode and the next episode, I will be tackling this side, and I will make it the same way as I did on the other side, protecting the hydrogen tanks and the thrusters and such, like I've done over here. I will make this system basically fit here as well. And probably will make that line that I was thinking about previous episode. And then what I'll do is I'll see if I can find an interesting way to make this connected in a way that it looks nice. And that we can really walk over it in such a way. And we're probably gonna make like a little bit of a seat, maybe right on top of here. Or maybe even here. And that way you can walk up 2 stairs on this side and this side. Like, where did I put the seats? Or the stairs? I guess I'll just put them here. I guess I don't have that anywhere. I thought these were under a singular thing. No, it was not ladders. There was a way to, yeah, ramp. So I was thinking, not this one, I think, although that one would not look nice as well. But I was thinking more, oh, damn it, this. Like this on this side and this on this side. And then you can walk up them. And that will have a little bit of a control panel. So I think it's going to be one of these control seats. And we're just going to put this right here. And this will control a lot of the things around the base. So we're going to do either that or we're going to do one of those button systems. Just to have the lights in here activate and to activate the other parts around the base. But that's at least for next time. For now, let's see, what else are we gonna do? Oh, yeah, of course, we're gonna do our daily battery movements. I dislike this. I always dislike this. I screwed this up so many times. But what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to do something that I should have done every single time. Now, we need 3 batteries to basically finish this. So, well, maybe even 4. No, 3. We're gonna make it end right here. We're gonna make this a wall. And we're gonna make this the area where you can get up and down. So we need 1 battery over there and 3 batteries over here. So we're gonna grab something I should have done a whole while ago. And we're gonna just attach 3 batteries together and move them as one. Because moving 3 batteries is pretty much the same difficulty with the hauler as moving 1 of them. And since I've gotten very used to moving stuff around with the hauler, I should just use this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this down, move the handle forwards, move it a little bit more down, grab the first battery. Oh, I almost already attached them. There we go. Lift this up a little bit, move it backwards, place it somewhere where it's a little bit easier to grab them again. I almost flipped them like a dummy. And then you realize that you actually attached them in the wrong way because you're a dummy. But that's okay. What we'll do instead is we'll just put the merge block here, merge block here. Then move it downwards, move it upwards. There we go. Now they are attached in the correct manner. It's the good thing about I've used the lifter so much around the scrapyard to move separate parts around that I've gotten quite good at it by moving stuff around with it. It's just the endless switching between the remote control and the driving controls that is sometimes a bit difficult. And that sometimes the lifting arm gets stuck because it also controls the gyroscopes, even though the remote control has control gyroscopes off. But that's fine. That's that. And this one. Good. Let's aim it downwards a little bit. And let's try to attach these. A little bit down. And that's done. Let's lift this up a little bit. Doesn't really like it, but it's a bit heavy. I just want it out of the way. Because if we have it a little bit out of the way, we can park our little vehicle. Oh, let me put it to charge. It's not much, but should be good to have it really fully recharged next time I'm going to use it. Alright. Now the reason why I did it like this is it's easier to line up the correct orientation when there's 3 of them attached to each other. Now the reason why I did it this way is because I had a group of 3 that I installed because they were just attached to each other. Oh, that stupid auto build thing. Ticking sound. Yeah. It just misses thruster components. Can I not just turn off for the thruster components? Settings for welding. No. Let's just turn it off for now. I know it misses some blocks. That's fine. Alright, turn it back on. Turn the thrusters back on. And here we go. Grab it at the merge block. Because then I have the most movements. I don't think I can even install it when I grab it with the batteries. Okay. We're already nearly in the correct orientation, so we're not going to turn around. Now let's hope I can do this in one try. This is pretty much the worst thing so far installing. Even the large ion thrusters haven't been as much issues as the batteries have. And yes, they're heavy, but they're only 12,000 kilograms, which shouldn't be an issue. It's just the moment the merge blocks turn yellow is the point where the problems occur. Because then they start pulling on each other. And my ship will fly all over the place. Done. Alright, let's just go for the last battery then as well. Just to make sure that we're done with everything. Okay, let's install a merge block on one of these. A little bit forward so I don't hit the ground with my thrusters. Okay. Let's move the merge blocks. This last one's going to be difficult just in general, just because it's going to be so close to the parts over there. I can't really fly backwards in any way. Okay. One merge block worth of components. We're just going to grab this first one. There's some in here that are broken. Unsure what to do with them yet, but who knows. Okay, is it easier to grab them forwards or backwards? It's easier to grab them backwards. Oh, damn. Okay. Let's just grab them backwards then. Let's see, it's facing this direction. No, I want to grab it backwards then. This is backwards. Okay. A bit more straight. as straight as the 1st of July. There we go. Now let's see if I can pull this off, installing this backwards. Now there's another install that I'm dreading, which is the 2 large hydrogen tanks that are going to be in the back of the base. And when those are installed, we're pretty much done there as well. Okay, let's try this. Okay, the hard part about this is that we are obfuscating what we have to see to install this. That might have been my best one so far. Alright, that should be all the batteries. So, now we have moved up all the batteries. We have moved up all the H2O2 generators. Tab. There we go. Fill that, turn those off, and there we go. That was all the batteries. So, the next step for this entire build, to make finally the floor, is install the last few of these welding pads and the gyroscopes. The gyroscopes themselves have been annoying as well, because you can't build anything on the sides of these. You can only install them one by one. Plus, they're so heavy you can't move them by hand. All of this makes that gyroscope placements is pretty much one of the worst things in this entire playthrough. Just because of the tediousness of it. Alright. I'm just gonna install welding pads on all the gyroscopes we have laying about. If I can. I'm just gonna prepare them real quick. No, you know, I'll do that off stream. I'll prepare that off stream, because that's probably gonna be very boring to watch. It's just me turning them upside, like the right side up, and then putting a weld pad on it, and then turning them back down. What else? What else? What else? So let's see. We installed that. We installed that. I'm gonna work on doors to make these corridors look better. We need an assembler. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna install the assemblers later on. But the question is where? What I want to do is really install the assemblers in this area. But how am I going to do that without messing anything up? Plus, I want this to be connected to the general connection, and I have to think about how I'm going to make a smooth connection from front to back without messing up anything else. Now, I was thinking about making just a connection through here, just over everything. That is possible. Let's turn that battery on. Are these on? Nope. I want the battery. I'm also not going to stream when I'm going to rename every single block on this base and put them into groups, because that's going to be boring as shit. So we're not going to do that on stream. Damn. That might look good when we're just putting like one of these throughout this entire length. That would solve also all of my issues. It would solve a whole lot of issues. Because then I can connect here as well. I'll think about that. I first have to install the gyroscopes anyway before I build anything there. So I can think about that later. This part here, this might be new. Once we have everything installed inside the ship here, we're gonna have a pipeline through here that will have all the hydrogen tanks attached to it. So we're gonna have like a row of hydrogen tanks here, and then we're gonna have a floor that's above it, and then we're gonna have the dome above that. That's at least the plan. This will be filled up, and we're gonna make the slanted roof over here. Oh, I'm very excited to work on the decorative stuff as well. But I will really need to work on the flooring of everything here first. How much are we in this episode? Yeah, I think it will be good to end this episode here. Next episode, I will have done basically the painstaking copying of the other side on this side. So this will be filled in. Why are these on? These should be off. So next episode, this should be done, and we will be able to install the other warp drive over here, or the jump drive. Then, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to prepare the gyroscopes for movement, and it's going to be a big movement episode. Plus, I'm going to think about how to, move all the materials in this little section. There's going to be at least one, maybe two large hydrogen tanks that are going to be installed here. And I'm probably going to close this off. So I'm going to probably disconnect these pipes. And I'm going to make this more of a wall. And then we're going to put the two hydrogen tanks on top of here and then close this off entirely. Put some thrusters on the top as well. That's at least the plan for next episode, so I'm going to think about how to close this off. Probably remove those two blocks to make sure that we can move this well. And I will think about other things to do. I'm also thinking about how to incorporate lights well into the base. Like I've already incorporated those lights down there, and I'm going to do that later on as well. But at least for the time being, thank you so much for watching this episode. And we will see each other in the next one. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.